dream I know deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
There was an uproar in the judiciary over nomination of justice, but before I proceed with the news, welcome to RI0USLY, your home of news and politics. Thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. If this is your first time of watching, please do us a favor to like, share, and also turn the notification bell to get notified when next we drop our video, because I'm sure you don't want to miss out the trending and latest news happening on social media. You can send in your comments and keep the conversation lively in our comment section. To all our amazing subscribers, thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. To all our viewers, feel relaxed, enjoy, and stay connected. The nomination of 22 justices for Supreme Court appointment is raising the dust in the judiciary. This is because some senior servants and retired justices are at daggers drawn over the list released by the Federal Judiciary Service Commission last Thursday. The senior justice told us that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu may not be heading towards direct confrontation with a wider section of senior members of the Nigeria bench, saying that it has never in history of Nigeria has appointment of Supreme Court justice been this politicized. Another justice said that the case of North Central Zone, where the son of former Chief Justice of Nigeria was slated as a priority, while a senior justice with over 15 years experience in Court of Appeal is placed as reserve, is controversial. The strange thing that is happening now is that the SASA slot where the person as judge as the very best is curiously penciled as reserve. During the processing phase, the justice placed as priority was not shortlisted among the 4 that were sent to the Federal Judicial Service Commission. The question many are asking in the judicial circle are, how did someone who did not make the short list suddenly emerge as priority over and above the person adjudged to be the best? Because the justice placed as reserve now was the priority candidate in 2019, but was dropped then because he was considered to be too young at 53. How did he suddenly drop 4 years after when he has been rated so highly? Anyone who wants to check the quality of the justice can go to the Law Pavilion, which is the electronic law report, and they can see which justice of the Court Appeal has the highest ratio. The person placed as reserve has the highest ratio. In the Northwest, some justices wondered how Justice A.B. Gumel was dropped from the list, despite being the number 1 of the list of jurists from his zone. In the Southwest, Justice, who was a reserve candidate in 2019, is still on reserve list, while Justice, who had never made the short list, was placed as priority. If not urgently addressed, some senior members of the Nigerian judiciary fear that low morale and rancor in the judiciary would worsen. But a renowned academy and a respected member of the inner bar, Prof. Yemi Akeseyi, George, applauded the Federal Judiciary Service Commission list that became a public knowledge last Thursday. He said that it is though possible for human error to have filtered into the list, but regardless of that, he's going to score the list 99.9%. When he saw the list of those justices, he said he felt very proud because he has appeared before many of those justices and he have worked with many of those justices at different committee level. So most of those names are excellent names, and it's possible that 1 or 2 may have entered the list, but he don't know. But from what he can see and his interaction with those names, they are excellent justice of the appellate court who merits being in the Supreme Court. The Sikh also said that he was comfortable that no candidate from both legal practice and academia made the list, saying that any legal petitioner who wants to become a justice of the Supreme Court should start from the High Court. Justice Nikitobi, who was a professor of law from the academy, did not start at the Supreme Court, but he did very well. He also said many legal practitioners nowadays are partygoers with a lot of friends and clients everywhere with love for money. So most of those qualities that a judge should exhibit are not found in them. Law Professor Sam Erugo San, in his reaction to the list of nominees, said that personally that he is not surprised at the decision, by the Federal Judicial Service Commission to consider only the Court of Appeal justice for nomination to fill the vacant slots at the Supreme Court. So we must appreciate that the judiciary is a conservative institution. To change from the usual practice is difficult, and he don't believe that the campaign for change has been rigorous, and it has also been persuasive enough to change the desirable social change. Again, the bench is more organized for the contestation. The justice can easily be assessed by the number and particularly the quality of recent judgment delivered. The justices are already in the bench. It is only natural that hard-working justice of the Court of Appeal would be elevated to the Supreme Court as a reward for hard work. In the current scheme of things, the bar is not strong enough to insist on any slot in appointment to the appellate courts. The procedure for such an appointment is not settled, and it may cause more divisions in the judiciary. At least, there must be criteria to assess the competency of a practicing lawyer or academic as a candidate for direct appointment to the Supreme Court. So we do not have such set criteria yet, and the urgency of the present appointment will not permit the rigors of usual committee to set standards. According to a source in the office of the CJN, he said that the appointment of justice into the Supreme Court is a process. So why he's not lending any credence to the allegation contained in some of the questions that was asked, paragraph 12 of part 1 of the third schedule to the 1999 Constitution provides that the Federal Judicial Service Commission shall have powers to advise the National Judiciary Council in nominating persons for appointment to the office of the CJN. Justice of the Supreme Court, President of the Court of Appeal, Justice of the Court of Appeal, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, a Judge of the Federal High Court, and the Chairman and members of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. The provision never said that the advice shall be mandatorily upheld by the National Judiciary Council. So having said that, the Commission considered a lot of factors in shortlisting candidates, including years of service on the bench and the integrity of individual candidates. To properly understand his point, he said that considering this scenario, a person may be on the priority list in 2019, as they said, but perhaps based on the factor of seniority on the bench, it may be dropped for better candidates in 2023. So this is because 4 years is a long period of time, and it's possible that between 2019 and 2023, a lot of things might have happened. A judge who has unblemished record in 2019 might have had his record soiled one way or the other years after. So to get what he's saying right, he's trying to tell us that there could be an explanation to the cases that has been cited. So they don't have to accept the list that have been given to them. They have to explain why such names were omitted and where such names were being moved to priority and such names have been moved to reserve. At this point, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions are in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Once again, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us. We really do appreciate. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Like, comment, awareness. Stay safe, guys. Bye.